Afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Thank God it's Friday. Oh no, I'm supposed to say good evening. Yes, good evening. How has your week been? Welcome to Mind Your Character with Bosede Olusola-Obasa, the show that never leaves you the same. Thank you so much for joining. Well, I can't see anybody here yet, but I'm going to believe that people are going to join this show. So how has the week been? For me, it's been a refreshing week. Yes, a refreshing one, because last week, Saturday, was Get More From Working Masterclass. Yes, Get More From Working Masterclass. Thank you, everyone, for following us online. I mean, it was mind-blowing and phenomenal. So thank you so much, everyone. My name is Dorcas. Yes, my name is Dorcas. You must have seen me once this year on this show. Yes. So thank you for sticking with us so far. So on this show, we promise you value, undiluted value, from beginning to the end. I mean, the fact that it's always on a Friday evening does not mean it's going to be anything less. You get. So yes. And one thing we always advise you to do is to stay grateful for life. Life is a privilege. It is not your right to be alive. The fact that we are both here, breathing well, enjoying life, eating rice. I love eating rice a lot, especially white rice and stew. Plenty stew. So it's a privilege for us to be here and to be able to do some of the things we love to do. So yes, again, I welcome you to Mind Your Character. And today's show is going to be brief. I wouldn't want to say brief, but yes, it's going to be a short one, because what we're basically doing is to just review the just concluded course, Get More From Working 2023. I mean, it was all the adjectives coming to my head now. You must have heard them before. But yes, the training was really insightful, and I was impacted personally. It felt like, oh, I was taking a refresher course all over again. So I was pumped with so much belief in myself and so much energy. Imagine, I'm already going into the main part of the show. Yes. Welcome, everyone. So Mrs. Bosede Olusola-Obasa will be joining us on today's live show, and she should join us shortly. And once she's here, I'm going to let you. All right. So once she's here, we are going to allow her into the live show. So I'm just going to go straight into some of the things I learned. So we had two facilitators. That is the, how did I introduce her that day? I know I used the word. Oh yes, the sensational Bosede Olusola-Obasa. I mean, this woman she's a legend. She's a legend at training. And I mean, imagine when you've heard something before, right? You've heard something before and then you hear that same thing again. But there's a difference between the first time you heard it and the second time and the third time and the fourth time. I mean, I've listened to her a lot, and she's someone I wanted to say mentor, but no, I'm not a mentor. She's someone I look up to based on, I mean, she's someone that carries so much value. So she dished it out really hot on the 25th of March 2023 at the Masterclass, and all of us, I mean, my team members and myself, we were just like, wow, Zobata she was just on point. She was on point. And then we also had Mr. David Adegboyega, who had, I can't remember the number of years of his experience working in the banking sector, but yes, he was with us. And it really also gingered me. Like, he was like, you have to believe in yourself. Another thing I learned or picked from his session was the fact that there's a difference between work and job. There's a huge difference between work and job. And by the time there seems to be a mix-up between both terms, there's already a problem, right? So your job is what you were hired to do. All of those job descriptions, all the items you have listed on your job descriptions, and some of the other tasks that might not be in your job description, yes, that is your job. But your work is you. Like, you embody your work. And there's something he said, I had to write it down. Yes, my daughter is here. I had to write it down, and he said, your work is not just for you to get paid, but to contribute to the common good. Your work is just not for you to get paid, but to contribute to the common good. So you get paid for your job, but there's no exact fee for the work you do. Deep, Abby. So yes, that's one of my major lessons from, okay, Mrs. Obasa is here and she'd like to join us. So the last time we spoke, she told me she is currently on the road. Okay. Yes, she's still on the road. Good evening and welcome. Can you hear me?
Good evening. I'm trying to position my camera in a way that okay, so I think it's good now. Let me off the music that's been keeping me company.
Wow, Mr. Obasa is looking like a Friday.
Yes, so I need it too. I need it.
I still can't hear you.
Oh, you can't hear me. Wow. Let me find out why that is. I'm wondering why.
Mama, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear
Wow,
you.
how come I can't hear you at all? Oh.
Amazing. Surprisation. What am I supposed to be doing now that I haven't done? Okay.
Still no audio from my end. Oh. Wow. Hey, this whatever is happening does not want us to hear it from the way they used to say it, from the horse's mouth.
Because I've checked all the everything is up.
Wow, it looks like an audio issue.
I don't know what this could be.
Oma, would you like to exit and join again?
And join again. Okay.
We could try that. We could try that. Thank you,
I'll come back
for joining. Thank you. This show is called Mind Your Character with Bosede Olusola-Obasa. Yes, but I'm Dorcas. Thank you for joining. I hope your evening is going well. So just before Mrs. Obasa was able to join us, I was talking about some key lessons. Thank you, Bukumi Preacher, for joining us. I was talking about key lessons I picked from Game Up from Working Masterclass. And I already spoke about how that there's a difference between your work and your job. Another thing I'm going to say is that your work is an expression of who you are. So how much of effort that you put in what you do daily. So you represent your brand. Thank you, Kunle Blog, for joining us. So you represent your personal brand, and your work goes beyond your 9 to 5. The 9 to 5 is your job, and you've been paid to deliver. But your work is the extra effort, the extra innovation, the extra creativity you bring on board. So you should not get tired of always doing your best and putting your best foot forward when it comes to work. So do not mistake or confuse your job to your work, because there's a difference. Mr. Obasa is here, and I hope I can hear you this time, man.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Audio. Oh my God. What's
You still
happening?
cannot hear me.
Oh, I cannot hear you.
Wow.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
Am I hearing that?
Maybe you should find out if anyone else can hear me.
Wow. Wow. Still no audio. Oh, someone else can hear you. Okay. How come I'm the only one that is not hearing now? Wow. Okay, let me see. Let's see. I do not want to. Okay, ma, if others can hear you, I think you should just continue. I think you should just continue.
Okay. Basic thing we are doing this evening on Mind Your Character is reliving the moments at Game of Working, a masterclass that we hosted on Saturday, last Saturday, 25th of December. Forgive me with my dates. 25th of March, last Saturday. It was amazing. And we thought that we should do some reviews. Joker started by talking about the guest facilitator in the person of Mr. Adegboyega David, and sharing from his 20 years in First Bank specifically, handling marketing and corporate communications, scaling from one height to the other. So the beautiful thing about Game of Working is it doesn't just address employees. So someone might say, oh, so I'm not an employee, I work for myself. There was a place for you at Game of Working. And it's such a beautiful package that you can even have it served at your company's maybe annual or quarterly or half yearly retreats where you have, or any boot camp at all, where you want people to be challenged to see that work is actually creating your future. A lot of people come into their first jobs without knowing that how you work on your job is what creates life for you. How you work on your job. Okay, so Mind Your Character has turned on, so you should be able to. Can you hear me now, Dorcas? You still cannot hear me. Okay, she has listened to me so much she can read my lips, but she cannot hear me. Okay, so it's fine. All right. So I'll just have to take over the saddle from here. Good enough, both of us are show anchors. So for the benefit of those who are joining, I'd like to say that work is a phenomenal blessing. So one of the sessions I took, I had a three-part session to take, was 3 modules, 1 masterclass, 3 modules. The first one is module 1, the second module 2, the third module 3. Module 3 was basically practical. We led people to take and write down their work mission statement. Anything you do without a definite purpose, anything you do without a clear-cut purpose, is like you're just whiling away time. Hasn't it ever bothered you? While people work for 30 years of their life, some people 35, by the time some of the elderly people are clocking 60, and so they'll say, oh, they've worked for 30 years, oh, they've worked for 35 years, and they're having a meritorious exit. That time when they give them work clock, I don't know what they give them now, but there used to be work clock back in the days, and they'll have their name on it, and then they'll say, oh, for meritorious years of service. Whilst I have no issues with what kind of gifts people give you, I think that you are the one who needed to have gifted yourself a lot. Many of us pay attention to how much we are saving up financially. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. You can save up money while you're working. Can you tell yourself something like, oh, so let me save up some money. I need to put this money together and start a business. Awesome. But whilst you are putting money together, you need to be able to also be able to say, what are the dimensions of skills that I am beginning to acquire? Who wasn't I that I have now become because I got this job and because I gave work all the commitment that it requires. So I was saying interesting things and saying that there are currencies in which work pays us much more than financial. So we looked at so many other currencies. For instance, there is the 4E dimension to it, where we said apart from earning, which is financial, you can gain experience. That's why when you get your first job and you stayed 5 years, people hardly stay up to that these days. Let's say you say average of 5 years, and then you're leaving that place to go to somewhere else.
Sure.
If you have worked and not only had a job, mark my words, if you have been working and not only having had a job, you would have scaled in terms of your market worth. That means that whoever is going to have to employ you next, if you still want to be employed, will be having to pay you more for what you had become working where you were. But a lot of the times we're not paying attention to the dynamics of what is happening. We're not paying attention to documenting what we're learning. A lot of us know that things are happening to us, yes, but we are not documenting it. So I get more from working. We mash out people's plan to say, you have to document what you're learning. Who weren't you that you are becoming on account of work? Because again, you could get distracted, even with a work mission statement. If you're not intentional, you could also get distracted. A lot of distraction happens in the workplace. Some people get into the workplace being married, they get divorced on account of getting into a clique that doesn't believe in remaining married for life. Some people get into the workplace saying that they are going to be conscientious workers, and then they just pick up this attitude of being laissez-faire and lackadaisical and all that. And before you know, you have changed from the tight, meaningful, purposeful, intentional person you were as far as working is concerned. One of the greatest blessings anybody can do for you is allow you a space to work with them. It's phenomenal. If you don't open your eyes, you're just going to say, hey, how much are they paying me? 30,000. Why should I wear my life out because of 30,000? No! You're getting this mixed up. Take the 30,000 for now. But if it's a place where growth is possible, please grow by every means. Because very soon, you are no longer a 30,000 match. You are no longer anyone who anybody can ask to come on their team and they are not willing to pay for what you've learned. So getting more from working is about learning much more than you currently are earning. So this was what we said. We said that, we did this analogy in class and said, if you're paid 50,000 at the moment, try and learn 200,000 worth of learning. Like, make sure that you quadruple it. Understand processes. Pay attention to processes. How does this thing get done? Oh, ask yourself. Or ask somebody who can help you. How do you get this done? And you learn, you pick that, you put it in your basket. Oh, Mark, I noticed that you work here. Maybe you have a female boss or you have a female manager who is doing well. Same to you to be doing well as a mother, as a wife, and then as the professional that they are. And a young lady in that space, you can get more from working now. How about? Look for time out to say something like, I really commend, do you know, Ma, I really admire you a lot, and I've always wondered how you put this together. It will be my great pleasure one of these days when you are not so busy to share 1 or 2 tips with me. See, when you go to work, open your eyes. Things are happening that can form like awesome change waves in your life. But that's soft, right? That's social, right? But it can go to things like hands-on, picking things that were not even related to your department. My days in the Punch newspaper, like I always say, I bothered to ask people how they did what they were doing. If I went to pre-press, I'm not the type that will go to pre-press and say, Mama Wale, one of my very honorable senior team member then at Prepares, I'll not just go there or call any other person who is one of my friends or those of my people that I respect so much and say, get this done. No, I'm not that type. I'm the type who wants to watch how you're doing it so that the next time am almost starting to do it by myself before you know. So it's about how hungry are you. You go to the workplace, you seem to just do the same things that you do every day. You're not challenging yourself. You're not asking questions. You're not seeking to know. You are the biggest loser. And so I tell people that when you work like that, when you handle your job like that, you are short-changing yourself. Read my lips. You are short-changing yourself. Because it's a case where you have 4 things possible to get, and you're picking just 1 out of 4. So there's a lot. We can't say all of that. This is a review session. We're looking at the interesting things that happen at Get More From Working. I totally loved the ambience. It was at LCCI, Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, one of their halls on the 5th floor. It was good. And I loved the people. And it's kudos to every company that sent their team members to be part of it. So heartwarming. You know, people who ensure that they send you and sponsor you on such trainings, you should really thank them. I mean, because it's possible that you even be able to sponsor yourself. You can self-sponsor a lot of the time because this is down to sharpening your skills. Now, training don't only take place in classrooms. What Get More From Working did for those who attended, and which I believe the sneak peeks that we are giving you now might do to you, or tidbits we are sharing now might do to you, is that it will help you see that it's not until you get into the training hall that you learn. Learning takes place at work every day. Now, there were things you knew. Probably you are not a newbie, you've worked before, and there are things that you knew. But you see, as you come together in the community called the workplace, there's an exchange of ideas. There are exchange of ideas that take place. You're learning what others know. You're looking at things the way others look at it. And before you know it, there's fine-tuning and refining taking place. You're not as crude as you used to be. So what we're doing on Mind Your Character today is to help you see that we have this package called Getting More From Working. Get More From Work, which says there is more to work. Like every day I attend to people who say things like, oh, this is how small I earn. You don't realize that your present job is the platform for the desirable. If you grow where you are, you will be paid to do, you'll be paid more to do what you're doing now. If right now you're willing to do more for lesser pay, soon you will be paid more to do the same thing you're doing now. Let me take myself for example. Let me tell you the story of growth. When I started training, character training, talking about workplace attitudes, talking about culture, talking about everything that has to do with people relating to one another, whether at work and your quality of life and the rest of them, I wasn't earning whatever I'm earning now. This is the power of growth. So just allow yourself grow. If you work and you shut down your faculties to learning at work, you are done for. Then soon you will carry placards. I was saying in the class, I said, don't allow what happened to your father happen to you. Don't allow what happened to your mother happen to you. Because we see many of them stay so long working and you cannot even do what Module 2 in Get More From Working taught us about, the second-hand value of your job. That's another phenomenal session. Like I can't begin to tell you everything. It is homegrown. These are homegrown things that you can easily move and work with. There's a young man that attended, and he's been all over the place on LinkedIn and social media, just blasting like, wow, Get More From Working was a blast. What we want to see at the end of the day are people who understand that every day you are creating your tomorrow. So what you do at work, every day, you are using it to create your tomorrow. We don't have so much of time today. We don't have so much of time. We just felt, come, let us come and inject some of the people on. And today we're only doing Instagram. Unlike Every Friday, you can join me every Friday, yes. Every Friday at 5 p.m., between 5 p.m. and 5:30, I host Mind Your Character with Bosede Olusola-Obasa. I tell you, wherever you find my name, be rest assured it is about value addition. I can promise you that. Now, I have done this not just as an employee working with Punch, seated into being an employer of late. And these same things that I know have continued to change the face. Look, you have to look out for me and look out whatever I do, wherever I play. And you want this training, you want to know more about this training, we'll leave you some info in the comment section and have it pinned up so that it doesn't get missing in the midst of other comments. But we can also leave our phone number in case you want to call. The organization's name is RCV. We're into training, we're into consulting. Plenty of business intelligence we share, and we help companies make sense of their team and be able to gain more. So here is what today is about. It's a review session. Reviewing, just relieving the atmosphere. I mean, it was tight, like, oh, tight, gone. Oh, tight, gone. So don't let me take over the show from Dorcas. I'd like to kind of hand over. Dorcas, can you still hear me now? No. Okay. I thought you joined from RCV. Is anyone on RCV Instagram? Okay.
I can hear you, but the reception is quite slow at my end.
Oh, at least you can hear me now. All right. So I was going to say that I'm done.
Yes.
See, you know the way I am now. When I begin to talk about Game of Working, I can keep people here for the whole evening and will not be done. What I say usually is Game of Working is best served as a 3-day compact session where we do morning, afternoon, evening, morning, afternoon, evening, 3 days. And then we'll be doing workshop. We'll be writing vision. We'll be writing, like you'll be having a vision board for work. You come out of there working, people say, I'm like, this is not a parent, you know, this is my life. This is my life I'm working out here. And it's so awesome when employers have those kind of people on their team, productivity will be at the highest level possible. Meanwhile, the staff themselves are feeling fulfilled. So at the end of the day, it's a 50-50. Everybody is a winner. It's a win-win. Thank you, everyone that is just joining. You're joining at the point where we're trying to wind down. So, Dorcas, over to you. Welcome, everyone who has joined us. Dorcas is your host today. So, go on.
Okay. So, I think that, okay, I'm still hearing Dorcas is the host today, but I'm still going to continue talking. So, imagine this level of energy, like the energy is just happening here on Instagram. Imagine what went down on Saturday. My goodness, it was mind-blowing. Obasa came fully ready and prepared. So you should know that at RCV, anywhere our name shows up, you know that, oh, you're in for a joyride. I mean, it was phenomenal. Yes, and feedback we've been getting from our participants, they've been really encouraging and mind-blowing. Imagine someone saying that, oh, the amount you charge for this training is not enough. Yeah. I heard it, I was like, so suppose I'm collecting more money, imagine. But I mean, like we always say at RCV, Samasa is our team lead, of course. She would say that, oh, it's an investment. We are going into collecting more money from people that register in the next edition. So just in case you're on that line, get ready to pay plenty money, because I mean it's a lot of value that will be served to you. Thank you to everyone that has been joining us. I mean, it's been a full house. Okay, thank you, Fully Blog, for your comments. Thank you, Peter Adetula. Hey, wow, imagine fancy catching you here this evening. Yes, thank you for joining. Thank you, Precious Abe for joining. Thank you, Fabulous Flaky, for joining. Thank you, Radio Lagos Guide. Radio Guide Lagos. Thank you for joining. Thank you, Olukunle Akombi, for joining. Thank you, Jono Patricia, for joining. Thank you, Pitani. Yes, that's our personal person there. So thank you for joining.
Man.
Thank you, Mrs. Moyoluwa Olutayo. I mean, thank you for always showing up for us every time. We really value you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, Peter Adetula, I can see your comments. Please, you need to be a regular on this show every Friday by 5 o'clock. We will be here right on Instagram and on Facebook. So you can always catch up and hook up on trending conversations that we talk about. I mean, different angles. So because there's always a character dimension to every topic, every conversation happening. And that is what we do right here on Mind Your Character. So we're preaching character. The character gospel is what we are preaching ourselves.
We are selling character.
Yes, so we're selling character. So thank you everyone for joining. So just in case you like our training services, Pitani, I see you. Just in case you'd like to get or know more about our training services, you can call the number. Kunle Blog says, thank you for this time. Thank you so much, sir. And I don't know if you're male or female, but thank you. So you can call us on the number just in the comment section, 08106120019, or you can leave a DM on this Instagram account and we'll be there to respond to you. Yes, Kunle Blog says character all the way. 100%. From now till forever is character. Thank you so much for making it a time. It's Obasa. Thank you for joining us from where you are. I don't know your location, but I can see that they are not. Thank you so much. So we'd like to call it an evening now. Join us same time, same station, yes. Next week, Friday. Stay safe.
5 p.m.
Stay safe. Stay safe. Bye. I'm going to be ending the live session now. Bye. Thank you. Okay. Going. Okay. Bye.